Welcome to The Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Hey everyone, welcome back to my podcast. I appreciate you tuning in once again. Yes, I have been gone for a while. Whole lot of stuff going on. A lot of switcheroo, dabadoo, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it anyway, but I will give more details as I get them, because I don't even know all the details yet. But yes, I have been gone for a while, but I am back to check in, and I'm saying check in because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a check-in. I seriously would love to complete this year with all of the possible episodes for each day, at least until December 31st. That still is my goal. To reach that goal, I will probably do 2 to 3 episodes a day so I can make that, because it's just a goal that I want to reach. I'm not always on the specific day. Well, I guess you could say always on time with the specific day. Sometimes the episodes are a day or two behind, depending on what type of editing needs to be done, which you guys know most of the time I don't really do much editing, if at all. But sometimes music is not right, or something like that, and I have to do some things to the sound. So that's pretty much, I never really chop up the episode with anything serious, like as far as like editing what is said. So not the actual audio of the speaking audio, but usually the music audio is something that sometimes I have to work with. So anyway, so much happening. Well, you know what? Let me just cut to the chase. I need to find a new platform. I need to find a new platform that is going to work with its creators without taking away our ability to monetize. So basically what has happened, the overview of this, what has happened is that when you came out the gate off the top with the, I'm just going to say the podcast platform that I use. When you come out the gate off the top, you're able to monetize from the beginning. And I know a lot of these platforms have been really cracking down with that, because I guess they want the engagement. They want people to, really create. But for the people who are smaller creators, such as myself, I would consider myself a micro influencer. But I do create content on a regular basis. And this podcast was one of those things that I was doing daily. I definitely saw a huge uptick in people listening to the podcast and, tuning in from all over the world. That has not changed. And I thank you guys for that. Even though it's been several days now, probably maybe going closer almost to 2 weeks, since I have recorded an episode. And really what has happened is that our ability to monetize has been removed. So with no real warning, nothing that I violated or anything like that. But there's all these new criteria as far as like, the ads and things, and you recording the ads, and basically the ad program has changed. So now there are new criteria. There are programs that have now run out, which I was a part of one of those programs. So now that program has run out, I am now waiting, supposedly waiting list. I don't even know if I'm on a waiting list. I can't tell if I'm on the waiting list or not. You fill out the paperwork and you hope that it reaches somebody on the other side. I really am not a fan of not being able to, be in control of the monetization of the different platforms that I work with. Now, I understand you have to work within the confines of specific, rules and regulations, which I don't have any issue with that. I've never had any strikes anywhere or anything like that. But I'm so super, super disappointed at how some of these platforms and the way that they treat their creators. I know a lot of people have complained about this on Instagram. They've complained about this on YouTube. It's like, what do they say? It's like the lesser of the evils, or however the saying goes. But I don't want to feel that way, and I don't want to think that way. But here I am, and I don't like it. And to not properly have a plan in place to help people migrate over to the new system. And supposedly I've been moved over into the new system, but you have to be notified about it inside of the app. And that has been taking forever. And it just has killed my whole vibe, to be honest. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's killed my vibe. It's killed my creativity, really. It's like when you put a lot of work into something, you've basically taken a stream of income from people. So now you have to put your efforts into things that are, that was a stream of income that has to be replaced, So this is what I'm saying. When you become a creator, and I know there's so many people listening right now that want to be a creator, and you want to be an influencer, and you want to do this full time, and listen, it is not easy. It is not easy. And if you have a stream of income, let's say you have a stream of income of like $1,000 coming from one aspect of your business. That $1,000, if it goes away tomorrow, if that is part of how you pay your bills, you need to be able to replace that. You know what I mean? So this is where creators really need to get as many streams of income as they can, so that when one stream of income goes away, it doesn't affect the greater good of the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be something that you have to rely on. So in this situation, my podcast is definitely a source of income for, it's part of the bigger picture. So I want to make sure that all of that is secure. I want to make sure that if there's brand deals coming in, that we're dealing with the brand deals. I want to have a little bit more control over how I can monetize. And these are some of the programs that the platform is coming up with, and that's cool. But all the time that we're laying and waiting in limbo, money is not being made. Nobody is, making a living off of anything. So it really is disheartening that there was nothing in place to help facilitate the creators. Anyway, I've talked to other creators as well. I'm part of, a couple of groups on Facebook, and, they're talking about the frustrations that they have, with some of the other platforms out there. So there's no real platform that is drama free or, free of, foolishness, or however you want to look at it. None is perfect. But one thing that I can say is that You want to have control over your stuff. This is something that I've seen many creators talk about, and the things that they, however it is, if you want to have your own website where you have stuff on your own live website, Patreon is even a great option, but you want to have stuff that you have more control over. You want to own your domain. If Instagram decides to go away tomorrow, you don't own Instagram. There's nothing you can do about it. If Facebook goes away tomorrow, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? We don't own any of these platforms. So if I can put something up on my website, I own my website. I own the domain. There's a back office that I can do all these different things. And yeah, my website is built with Shopify, but Shopify, I also pay for that space. So when you're paying for that, you're basically renting a piece of the sky from these people. So when these platforms are free, we have to remember we don't own anything with it. And they can do, quite frankly, what they're doing is not like it's wrong. I didn't like the way they rolled it out and the delivery of how they did everything, because it left people with no way to replace that income until they are ready to usher you into the new program. Ushering you into the new program can take a long time. All of this was done, I think, the end of September, beginning of October, and here we are going into the end of October very soon, and still no word, and there's no ETA either. So it's like telling somebody, oh, you ordered a package from me? Okay, yeah, great. The package is on its way. Oh, do we have an estimated time of arrival? The package is on its way. Okay, well, when is this package going to arrive? The package is on its way. Soon. What does soon mean? So anyway, I feel myself getting riled up, so I'm not going to let myself. It's too early in the morning for that. But all I have to say is I want to bring the best content that I possibly can, and I want to bring it in a way that my company is able to have more control over it, so that things like this will not happen. I had my podcast for years and years and years before it was monetized. So I am definitely, committed to doing my podcast and, giving tips and information and insights and things, that I can bring to the public. No problem. I'm used to my podcast not being monetized. But once you bring a stream of income in and that affects your livelihood, now you have to look at things seriously and be like, okay, I've got to do some other stuff. I have to, bring up some other stuff in my other opportunities to be able to replace what this was providing. So ultimately, I want to get to the point that even if 2 or 3 things drop off, it doesn't affect the bottom line. That's what I'm working on at this moment. But the podcast was a major thing. So while I am dealing with that, while I'm trying to come up with a solution, which I think I've found a solution, but again, all of these different solutions take time, and it's not going to be overnight. But once I have the next platform all set and ready to go, then I will have a conversation. I will, talk to you guys, and we'll have a conversation about it. I'll bring you guys all the information so that you guys know where to tune in. I love Spotify. I know Spotify bought out Anchor, which is the podcast platform, which I have to assume is why things have changed. Y'all know I love Anchor. Y'all know I love Spotify. Spotify is everything. And I think their program that they have in store is amazing. I just want to, I want to try to understand what's going on with the wait list and, all that sort of stuff. So hopefully we'll get down to the bottom of what is happening. I'll get some sort of feedback as to what's going on so I can continue to be bringing you guys great content, and it can be a part of my overall repertoire as well, because it's important. It needs to happen. So just wanted to check in with you guys. Didn't want to, we used to say back in the day, are you a flat leaver? No, I'm not a flat leaver. I didn't want to leave people up in arms and not know what's going on. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Continue to support. And I am going to find some other creative ways to keep this podcast going. And, maybe even make some things a little bit more exclusive. I don't know. There's so many different things I need to figure out in between everything else, because we are in the last quarter of the year, and, we want to finish strong. So anyway, again, thank you guys for tuning in. You're tuning in from all over the world, which is a blessing to me. So thank you for your support. And I will be back soon with another update. I think what I'm going to try to do is do updates. I'll probably try to do 2 podcasts or so sessions a day or every other day or so. So you could at least, you'll get something from me, every week. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, yes. Connect with me over on Instagram. I'm getting my Instagram up and popping again. I'm always in my stories, but I'm getting better with posting on my timeline. But if you follow me on Instagram, I post to my stories every single day. But on my timeline is usually very quiet. But I've been posting on my timeline too. So check me out over on my Instagram at Onyx Queen Media. And I will talk to you guys in a couple of days. All right, bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.